Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Samsung refrigerator door cam riser. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new door cam riser. The door cam riser is what the door rides on when you open and close it. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if it's cracked or damaged and the door isn't opening and closing properly. In order to change the part, we have to take the door off the refrigerator. If you're doing the fresh food side, all you have to do is take the upper hinge off and lift it off. If you're doing the freezer side, it's a little bit more involved, so we're going to show you how to do that side. In order to start, we're going to open up both doors so we can take off the kick panel. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take out these 3 screws. Once you have all 3 screws out, you can pull the panel off and set it aside. Now we can disconnect the water line that goes from the union up to the door. We're going to put a towel down to catch any water that may come out. Then we're going to use a 3/8" open-end wrench to push up against this locking collar so we can pull the water line out. Once you have it disconnected, we're just going to slide it out of this little holder here. Once you have the water line out, you can pull the towel out and close both doors. Now that we have the doors closed, we can go up top and take the cover and the hinge off. To take the cover off, we're just going to remove this screw with our Phillips screwdriver. Once you have the screw out, there's a little locking tab on this side. Can't see it, but we're just going to flex the cover towards the side. That should release it so you can lift it off and set the cover aside. Then we can use our Phillips screwdriver again to remove the screw that holds the ground wire in. Once you have the ground wire removed, we can disconnect the wire harnesses. There's 2 of them. Each have a locking tab that you have to press to pull apart. Once you have the wire harnesses disconnected, we can use a 10mm socket with a ratchet to take out these 3 bolts that hold the hinge to the frame. Once you have all 3 bolts out, you can carefully lift up the hinge so the pin comes out of the door and comes off the wire harnesses. Once you have that off, you can set it aside, and then we're going to hold on to the door so it doesn't slip while we get down and lift it off the lower hinge. To get the door off, all you have to do is pull it away from the machine and carefully lift it up high enough so the water line comes out of the hinge. Once you have the water line out of the hinge, you can pull the freezer door off the refrigerator. We put the door on a table with a blanket on it to protect it. Now we can go down to the bottom and take off the door cam riser. The door cam riser is mounted right by the hinge assembly. There's also a hinge cam riser mounted on the hinge. A lot of times these wear out together and it's best to change them both at the same time. To get the door cam riser out, we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take out the screw. Once you have the screw out, you can just pull the cam off the water line and pull it off the door. Here's the old door cam riser next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new door cam riser on, we're just going to slide it up the water line. Once you have it in place, we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screw in. Once you have the new cam riser installed, we can put the door back on the refrigerator. To put the door on, we're just going to carefully feed the water line through the hinge. Once you have it through the hinge, you can carefully set it down. We can carefully swing it closed. And then you want to hold it while we go up top to put the hinge and the cover on. Now that we're back up top, we can put the hinge on. We're just gonna put the wiring harness into the hinge, and then we can push it down into the door. Once you have it in place, we can use the ratchet with the 10mm socket to put the bolts back in. Now that we have the bolts tightened down, we can reconnect the wiring harnesses. We just need to plug them together so they lock. Now we can put the grounding wire in. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screw back in. All you have to do is screw it into its mounting hole. Once you have it tightened down, we can put the hinge cover back on. Same as when we took it off. There's a little locking tab on this side that's going to hook onto the hinge. We just want to make sure that snaps in. Once you have it in place, we can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screw in. Now that we have the hinge cover on, we can open up both doors and reconnect the water line. To reconnect the water line, we're just going to route it through the holder, and then we can push it into the union. All you have to do is push this straight in so it bottoms out. You want to pull on it to make sure it's locked in there so you get a good connection. Once you have it connected, we can put the kick panel back on. To put the kick panel on, all you have to do is line it up and push it into place. Once you have it in there, you can use the Phillips screwdriver to put the screws in. Once you have the screws tightened down, you can close both doors, turn the water back on, plug the refrigerator back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.